Another episode of DevoTheAlchemist Daily. Today we got a lot of topics we about to talk about, y'all. Not gonna lie. But let me send this link actually out real quick to see if anybody. Nah, today, honestly, I didn't have too many topics honestly on mind that I had, bro. I want to talk about a recent experience that I just had, bro. Nigga, I just got pulled over in Collierville. If you're from Memphis, you know I'm talking about Collierville, Tennessee. More of the classy people and more of the wealth is in the city. It's more of a wealthy part of the city. But I got pulled over, bro asked my ass, bro. Nigga asked me for. He was like, "What you doing out right?" You know, he just asking like, "What you doing out right now?" Type shit. I'm like, bro, I'm just out. You know what I'm saying? Just dropping the homie out, dropping the homie out. Real life. He was like, do you have homies? You have friends out here? I didn't even respond. He just seen the expression in my face. He just stopped. He was like a young cop, bro. He wasn't like a Middle Eastern. I don't even think he was. I don't know what. I don't think he was white. He was Middle Eastern. I'm like, bro, damn. That shit happened time and time again, just from reality, where it bring you back to reality. Be like, damn, if I'm black, bro. At the end of the day, niggas gonna look at you in a certain way just because you a black man in America. So you have to carry yourself in a certain way, bro. And we was talking about that earlier today, just different limitations they made, even just to create wealth as a black man. You know what I'm saying? These different limitations to the dividing of the household. You know what I'm saying? You so many ways they have attacked black people, and we don't even talk about this shit. We don't even care. You know what I'm saying? We don't even. I don't say we don't talk about it. They want us to forget about it. They want us to forget about what they did to us, the mental slavery, the programming they did to us. You know what I'm saying? They want to forget that we was slaves, so they can put us back into slavery. You know, so I listened to that today. That's like the biggest way to make slavery happen again is to make it seem like slavery never happened. You know what I'm saying? And that was a powerful thing I ever heard. And that's not even just going to it's just not even just white people, black people. You gotta understand, black people, we the most feared people on earth. It's not white, Asian, they all look at us in a certain way. We all get a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you carry yourself in a certain way and you look a certain way, you dress a certain way, they're gonna look at you a certain way, bro. You could be just casual out here just going home and they're gonna look at you in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? It's just about remembering who you are and remember that, bro. At the end of the day, we some black niggas, bro. I was like, damn, for this experience, I just couldn't wait to come talk to y'all today. Be like, bro, I didn't record yesterday. We're gonna do Monday, Wednesday. Try to keep it going. We gotta do 2. Drop today, and then we're gonna drop this tonight. As soon as I get done uploading this, but I just want to come talk to y'all. I was like, bro, what the? And that was just amazing to me. I was like, bro, you gonna get challenged as a black man. Just so many different things that happen in reality that you know they never tell us, bro. Like I was reading this thing, bro. It was like Abraham Lincoln, like inside his monument in Washington, like it says, if I could have freed the slaves without freeing the slaves, I would have did it. Just look that up. No, if I could have ended the war. Let's look at this shit up. This shit is right here. I want y'all to read this shit. Cause sometimes I think a lot of times people don't do their research. Niggas be thinking we just saying shit on the internet. Like people just be saying shit. But this shit right here. Abraham Lincoln says it right here. That, oh shoot, right here. In August, let's read right here. Y'all. August. This screen so I can read this. In August 1862, Lincoln stated, "If I could have saved the Union without freeing any slaves, I would do it. And if I could save it by freeing all the slaves, I would do it. And if I could save it by freeing some and leaving others alone, I would do that." And in fact, by that time, immense pressure was building to end slavery, and Lincoln had privately concluded that he could save the Union only by issuing an Emancipation Proclamation, which he had already drafted. That shit was crazy, bro. It said it right here, bro. It says it right here, but they teach us that Abraham Lincoln was one of those ones, and history is like just big history in black people. We even say that Abraham Lincoln, like, I don't know if he's black. You know, they say he's on the copper, what's his name, but there was different things. If you just read that shit, say it right there. Actually, even the wars, they don't even talk about the real wars that happened during that time as well. The Gullah Wars, you know what I'm saying? The Gullah Wars. Let's research the Gullah Wars, y'all. Bro, why? See, this how Google be doing me, man. All right, let's look at this. Google be tweaking. The Gullah Wars refer to a long series of Gullah Geechee people organized armed resistance, starting with the 1739 Stono Rebellion in South Carolina to gain freedom by fleeing to Spanish Florida, becoming known as the Black Seminoles, and fighting against U.S. forces in the Seminole Wars in Florida, embodying a continuous fight for liberation against slavery. We never heard about this in school. I want y'all to remember that shit. Let's go research more though. We never heard about the Gullah Wars in school. I never heard that in school. I learned that on a video for 19 Keys. The Black Seminole. Let's talk. Actually, look at the Black Seminole. What the Black Seminole was right here, brother. We just on Google with it, but it's out here. Go research. A lot of times we just think about people just talking on the internet. This is researchable shit. So do your research and you just go research what people tell you. You know what I'm saying? So let's look at this, bro. The Gullah people who reached Florida joined with Seminole people forming independent communities and fighting to protect their freedom, often called the Black Seminoles or the Seminole Wars. All right, let's close this screen real quick. If you go, that's why it's something powerful that I always realize. I realized when I got older, when I was like 16, 17, I was like, bro, they made it seem like that they gave us freedom. We freed ourselves. That's one of the biggest things we weren't taught in school. They don't give us any power in school, and they don't talk about. They give us Mansa Musa. That's damn near the only like rich. They don't talk about the Moors. They don't talk about these things. Comedic people, these cultures in school. They only teach us what they want us to teach us. They give us their propaganda. They give us their program of how they want us to think, about black people, and that went back to earlier, bro. The nigga was really profiling me. People, bro, like there's propaganda to look at black people a certain way in America, bro. And that's just what it is, bro. And that's horrible that it is that, and it got way better, but it's got way like the work, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta remember, bro, we are people. We freed ourselves, my nigga. Don't let them niggas like tell you. They be telling us they freed us and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just so they can keep us calm and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was how can a nigga that was whooping your ass and killing you and hanging you by trees and taking over your land and doing these type of things free you? Are you even free? That's the type of question you got to ask yourself. There's so many different things. You can get $1 million in America. You can get $1 billion in America. Yes, that's right. That's right. As a black man, you can do that shit. But if you want to create, like, you can't. At the end of the day, like, you in their system. At the end of the day, we integrate into their system. We didn't integrate to our own. I'm not saying that it's wrong with getting money. I'm gonna get my money, bro. I'm gonna elevate and gonna grow businesses. But in America, we have to realize that we lost the war in a sense, bro. We lost the war and we still fighting. It's a war mentally now, bro. We getting, bro, phones, news, all these type of things, the social media, AI, so bots, all type of shit going on social media, fake shit going on in the news, all type of weird stuff. Niggas not talking about the true realities that's going on in the world. It's all type of weird stuff going on in reality. So you got to be really cautious and conscious of what's going on, man. Let's get into John Horse though, bro. Who is John Horse? Like, we never even learned about who John Horse was in school. I never learned this till I got out of school. Who is John Horse? John Horse, also known, was a man mixed of African and Seminole ancestry. What is Seminole? You know how they try to separate Seminole? You know how they try to separate Seminole, the black Seminoles? It'd be crazy. Who fought alongside the Seminoles in the Second Seminole War in Florida. He rose to prominence in the third year of what was to become a 7-year war when the first generation of black Seminole leaders was largely decimated, and the charismatic Seminole war leader Oskalaya was taken prisoner by the American military commander General Thomas Sidney Jessup. Let's dig into this too. Like John Horse, I think he actually defeated. Fuck y'all. I don't know what the fuck I did type. John Horse, he didn't defeat America in a single battle, but fought again. Look how they tell us little lies, man. Hey, black man didn't defeat America in a single battle. Look how they rewrite it. We won some battles, man. That shit crazy how they rewrite this shit. Just go ahead and go here, bro. You know, Google ain't gonna give you all the right news, man. I wanna go to TikTok, bro. I wanna just tell us, like, I think they, like, separated us from being, because some of us mixed, some of us are Indian, bro. Like, some of us are native to this land, and I really truly believe that shit. And if you don't believe that, bro, it's really just in denial at this point, bro. Like, it's some people that's native to this land. Like, it's people, your ancestors was here, and it was black people here, bro. It was people of this skin color here. You know what I'm saying? It was black people all across the world, and we have to come to that realization one day. And until we do, we're going to still be fighting over, we will never know our real culture and who our identity is, bro. That's the biggest thing that happened to black people. They stripped us of our identity. And if I say them, I say the colonizers, bro. They stripped us of our identity, bro, and they gave us a new one. You know what I'm saying? We don't even know who we are. That's why we be having so many cultural, we don't even know what the culture, we be say this the culture, that the culture, murder's the culture, this is the culture. We don't know what the culture is. We create a capitalistic feeling of what culture is. Money is the culture. These different things. When culture starts with morals and principles and the way you carry yourself and the way you teach your the way the kids teach the elder, how the elders teach the kids, how they treat each other, those type of things. The passing down history, passing down, you know, different ways of doing things. You know what I'm saying? That's culture. And until we get back to doing those things, there's so many different things that my generation, we probably in a whole new generation. I don't even know. Like my generation, we grew up on iPhone, iPads, all type of shit. So it's like our reality is in a whole different reality. We not tapping in reality and tapping into nature, knowing how to do these, going outside. You don't know how to plant. Most people don't know. I need to learn how to plant. Like we don't know how to do these type of things. Most people was outside in nature most of the time, weren't in their phone. I think that's causing a lot of problems within the world mentally, bro. A lot of people mentally are just screwed because we on our phones scrolling all fucking day, and then we comparing ourselves. Because you know what I'm saying, you scrolling all day, and then you comparing. First, that's the first negative of scrolling. Then you comparing. It's like, damn, bro. You like, I want to be in that position. I want to be there and do this and do that. And I be like, bro, it's up to you to create whatever you want to create. You feel me? I don't know. It's only up to you to create what you want to create. And nobody else gonna hold you back too in this reality. You in a reality where you can get anything materialistic in the world, bro. But the true things you really want is the things that matter. The true things that matter is love and carrying yourself in a certain way and being able to be confident, bro. Like being able to wake up happy and those things, be able to feed the family and different things like that. I think that's the true happiness, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think we found happiness. We get this illusion of happiness from celebrities and from what they tell us the happiness is and what's the American dream. You create your American dream. Fuck the American dream shit. I was talking about that on the podcast. Like you create your American dream. Fuck what they tell you what American dream is. What is your American dream? What do you want to achieve in life? Don't do what they tell you to do. You gotta do what you truly want to do. And if you don't, bruh, it's for you. It's really just your fault, bro. It ain't nobody else's fault except for your fault. No, for real. For real. And I was talking about that, bro. It's like you gotta change what you really want in your reality. You gotta change from wanting the negative things, and you gotta start switching your perspective and what's really cool. You know what I'm saying? Switching your perspective was cool. I used to think all type of different things are cool. Partying this and party every weekend, partying, doing drinking, getting drunk every weekend was cool, bro. And I still get party and I still do that time for time. I'm not saying that I don't do that, but I'm saying that doing it every weekend, that's what type of lifestyle I'm living. You know, really like 16, 17, a little bit of 18 and 19, and then 19 I won 19 ever since I turned 18. Freshman year of college last year, I was like partying every day, trying to turn up. And I was like, that shit is wasting time, and I'm not building nothing. I'm not building no assets. I'm not growing. I'm not networking. I'm not evolving my mind. So I had to switch my perspective of what was cool. So now I look at things as cool, like reading and meditating and working out and going out and challenging myself, you know, learning a new skill. You know what I'm saying? I think you got to switch your perspective to what's cool. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We got to make smart being cool. I was talking to my guy Miles today, bro. You got to make smart being cool. You got to be a intelligent young black man, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to read. You got to carry yourself in a way that we already like pouring it out. We already like, as soon as you come in the room as a black man, you point it out. As a black woman, you're different, bro. You look at like, damn, cause you that, bro. They hate us. Not they hate us. They just they 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 know who we are and we don't know who we are. I always talk about that. They know who we are and we don't know who we are, bro. They mimic everything that we do. We are the culture. We are we are the culture of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing difference is they take it as entertainment. We take it as a we embody these things. We embody the murder and these different things that they put up there. It's the homosexuality, these different things. That's not just the black man. That's every community, bro. Some niggas, the homosexuality, that shit's horrible. I'm not saying there's like nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's nothing wrong. You gotta like what you like and do what you do. I agree with that. But I'm saying pushing it on the kids and forcing this shit, normalizing this shit. You know, I had a real life realization, bro. Like most people can't be real life. You know what I'm saying? Christians, because if you a Christian, bro, and if you a Christian, I'm not a Christian, bro. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not like Christian. I like to just, but I respect Christian. I grew up a Christian, so I understand it, you know, perfectly. I get everything that's in the Bible. I respect it. I honor Christ, bro. You know, what I'm saying, all that type of thing. But I ask myself, is the world mimicking? Could we a Christian country, or do we mimic a Christian country? You know what I'm saying? Do we mimic those things? I was looking at, bro, we normalize everything that's not Christianity in America, bro. Like niggas we normalize homosexuality. We cheating, we drinking. We bombing niggas. Thou shalt not kill. We killing hella niggas. A lot of drama. They get putting chemicals in the sky in our foods and different things like this. But they can go on stage and say some just some they could go on stage and just say sorry or say a quote or give us some motivation, give us a stimulus check, and we forget those things. Or they give us some entertainment and we forget what's going on in the world. Bro, we are distracted with what in this reality, bro. We are distracted when it comes to pushing against the corruption that's going on in the world. Most people don't want to push against the corruption. You feel me? Most people want to stay. They want to stay quiet so they don't. So they can stay. They can live their life in this, you know, this capitalistic society. I feel like my reality now, bro, is more of a. I'm trying to stay true in who I'm authentically am, and do the business as well. You can be a businessman and be authentic. I think that's one thing. You know, in the black community, bro, we be saying like you go to a certain school, you're not, you know, you're not this hood. You gotta be hood. You got to be hood. I mean, you know, like you go to like in the black community, be like on some shit like where you gotta carry yourself in a certain way to be hard and gangsta. I don't even know what the fuck call it, bro. Like you gotta be hard and shit and this and that, bro. Yes, you as a man, you're supposed to be masculine and hell of that, but I don't think you gotta be that to get validation in this. You shouldn't be that, have to be that to receive validation, bro. You shouldn't have to be that. I agree with that shit, bro. You shouldn't have to be that shit. You know what I'm saying? So another thing I want to talk about, you got to stay away from those people that like try to humble you. Just try to stop you from getting to the next level, bro. 'Cause every time anybody is hating you, that's telling you to stay the same or to like say those little things, you think you better than them or being arrogant. Oh, listen to Kevin Samuels, you gotta be arrogant, bro. You gotta be that, bro. You gotta embrace it, bro. You gotta be like, fuck it, okay, yes, I do think I'm that. Yes, I'm trying to get better. Yes, I'm trying to carry myself in a certain way. Yes, I like to smell a certain way, bro. I like to smell good. I like to take care of myself. I like to be a man, bro. I like to just the hygiene, everything matters. When I realized that shit, I was like, bro, you just gotta stay away from the people that want you to stay in a program. Cause at the end of the day, if somebody not wanting you to evolve or try to doubt the dreams that you have, bro, you can't get mad at them because they're not gonna see the vision that you have. Don't take anything personal. I think that's one thing you can do, but you have to stay away from those people that try to be like, okay, bro, just try to humble you for trying to get better and trying to evolve in life, bro. Because if you trying to humble me for getting better, you obviously don't want to see the best for me in life. And for me seeing you, obviously don't want to see the best for me in life. I'm gonna do what's best for me. You feel me? I'm gonna step away from you and I'm gonna keep chasing my dream. Now I got an objection to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? You gotta start looking at that shit, bro. My nigga Miles, he's talking about that shit. I heard that shit in another pod, bro. It's like you gotta, like, you get to a point where you get so many different comments. You'll be like, even on the internet, just so many different comments. Like, bro, you bullshit. You don't even make content. Oh, stop. You know, the troll shit. It gets to a point where now you want to just make it because you want to make these niggas like, bro, nigga, I did it, bro. I did what the fuck I was gonna say. And now you really can't get mad at a nigga. You can't get mad at me because I did that shit. I mean, you gotta keep evolving and just stay confident of what you do. You really can't care what nobody giving their opinion for. I ain't gonna say you can't care because sometimes people is trying to do the best for you. But the people that get those, the traits of like, bro, you think you that and you think you this, nigga, fuck that shit. Be your authentic self and be like, okay, I'm gonna be me no more. You know what I'm saying? That shit made me be me more. I really don't give a fuck no more. I used to be that person though. I feel like everybody went through a phase. If you weren't just naturally just being yourself, I went through a phase. Honestly, I wasn't me myself, bro. In high school, into middle school, into college a little bit, right? I'm still growing into being myself. I'm still learning myself every day. I learn a little bit more about myself every day, right? So I think that's one of the most important things too. Challenging your mind, that mental exercise. I talked about that shit already, just mental exercise and just challenging your mind by reading. I think that shit's so powerful. You gotta just challenge your mind, my nigga. Always challenge your mind. Don't just sit there and just motherfucking let it be, bro. You gotta challenge your mind. You gotta challenge your mind, bro. I ain't gonna lie. And nigga, we gotta talk about some these colonizers, for this nigga Trump food. This nigga Trump. Trump said we need Greenland, bro. This nigga really trying to take everything for what's really going on. They said we need Greenland, bro. I don't really know what's the facts on why we need Greenland. I haven't really did so much research. I know it's probably to make sure we good. I know they said Venezuela, they had like a connection with China as well. I was like, damn, these different things going on, the oil, these resources, trying to do these different things. I was like, dang, bro, it's just so much war going on, bro. I think that's one of the craziest things is that I heard this like America can't like function without having a war. Like it's like the war keep us funded and shit. We always at war. We always bombing some shit. We always in somebody's business, bro. Why is that shit? Why are we always bombing some shit? Why is it us? Why are we always bombing that shit? Like, I think a lot of Americans realizing like, damn, we might be the bully, but some people like that shit. I think some people don't care, bro. Some people don't care that we are the bully. Some people embrace that shit. Some people are generally fighting for their country right now, and I have to realize that, bro. It's like some people are. I'm not gonna say that they're conscious of what they're doing all the way because sometimes you just fighting because you think you're just fighting to keep America safe. But I think that's so crazy what's going on in reality, bro. That shit crazy. I don't even want to get too deep in that shit because that's just gonna say that for the main podcast. Niggas is bombing everything in this bitch. Niggas is vomiting everything in this hoe. Now let's talk about more just knowledge, bro. I just got into, but I remember what's this shit called, bro? It was like the Zeitgeist, bro. It's this movie called Zeitgeist, and it was talking about, that was my first introduction to like the zodiac, bro. Just understanding the zodiac and how like it represents Christ, and like how Christ is a representation, and the 12 disciples are the zodiac, bro. And Christ is the sun. I was like, damn. And when you get that connection, I was like, what the fuck? And even that go back to like how a lot of people talk about like the New Year's or the spring, and how like Aries start at the beginning of New Year's, and like how they give us the birth of the Christ and how he rose. It was like the of Heru. So many different stories that match that shit, bro. What's the one in Egypt? Egypt. What's his name, bro? I forgot the Egypt. Not Tofu. Let me see. On me, it's like the similar story of Horus. That's his name, Horus, Krishna, and Buddha, and all these different stories. It's like all these different stories, like kind of like have a deep pattern. That was like my introduction to like a lot of like, they call it conspiracy, but you know they created the word conspiracy. Let's actually research that shit before I even go into it. You know what I'm saying? They created the conspiracy. They said they created conspiracies. It got popularized by the CIA to discredit JFK assassination theories post 1967. So they popularized conspiracy theory at when JFK got assassinated, and we know they had something to do with that shit. Obviously, time and time again, you know they try to play you crazy. As soon as you start speaking truth and reality, they will make you seem crazy. That's one thing I realized is like when I was watching Zeitgeist as well. It's like a lot of shit is like they play on shit. Like they'll give you truth, but they don't give you the real truth. They'll give you a false truth, or not even give you what it really came from, what's the real meaning of shit for. And that just go with anything that they give us. They don't give us a lot of esoteric truth. Those esoteric truth is like for people that really able to see and go searching for that shit. And that's one thing I had to realize, man, that you got to go searching for the information. You got to go read and go inform yourself. Because if you don't inform yourself, these niggas don't want to inform you, bro. You got to go inform yourself and shift your timeline, shift what you watching. You got to shift what you watching on the internet. Your TikTok can teach you. If you a finance person, bro, but it's not financial shit on your TikTok, bro, you really can't be a financial person. You should be having financial shit on your TikTok so you can help you constantly evolve. But I want to tell y'all one more thing, bro. Is just stay focused and keep grinding, and don't worry about what everybody else telling you, bro. Keep going with what you're doing and stay focused. Love you guys. See you on the next episode, man. Take care.